Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. We are going to move from this pile to this. I've put this one together. I mean, I haven't finished it, but I've sewn it together and I've added a few things. So I'm hoping to catch up to this one today. All I've done really is sew in the pages. I've taken these two envelope pockets and added tucks and some bling, a little bit of lace, and a journal card inside. And then I've taken the seed packet and I've put a tag in the top. And I'm thinking about putting a cluster or something here, but we'll see if we have time to do that today. So let's get started. Okay, so let me get rid of all this little stuff we don't need yet. And we need to put the pages together. So what I've got for the pages then, we did our covers. Now you will notice there's a little bit of wrinkling in here. That's just because there's so many layers of thickness. I mean, we've got 2 layers of 28-pound paper, in some places 3 because this overlaps. Plus we've got the Tyvek under there and the 2 layers of the envelope that we started with. So it is quite thick, but it's not going to show when we're finished. It's not going to be that noticeable. So, I mean, you'd have to actually go in and look. So anyway, I did notice a little bit of tearing here. I wasn't as careful as I should have been, but just a little bit of ink takes care of that, and you know, it looks like it's supposed to be that way. That's the secret. Don't tell everyone your mistakes. Now I tell you because, you know, you're in on it with me, but you know, I don't tell other people. It's not that it is any less perfect, it's just different. And what do they say? No mistakes, only opportunities. So there we go. So we're going to have that for our cover. And then I found these seed packets. I had tucked them away. And I'm just going to, I think it has one of those little things like the CD sleeve have. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the 3M micropore in there to keep that from getting stuck every time we put stuff in and out of the pocket, because I am going to be folding this in half. Actually, get that out of the way. This is a little fiddly, but I don't want that to, oh, did I fold it? No, okay. Probably don't need that big of a piece, but I just want to put some tape on there so that it's not getting snagged every time we put something in and out of the pocket. So can you see? I'm just covering that up, pressing it down, and now it's not going to move. Okay. Now I thought about folding this back, decorating it on this side, and then I changed my mind. This is a little thicker than most envelopes, but I think I'm still going to tuck this piece inside, and they're not folded real well, so I've got to be careful and make sure I make a fold line here. Oops, see? It moved on me. And then I'm just going to tuck that inside the pocket. And that'll just give us a little bit sturdier pocket. Not that we need it because that paper is pretty sturdy. I think these are for gardening, yeah, seed packets. I got them at Target in the dollar spot a couple years ago. And just want to open that all the way so we can, if you pull it open like this, then you don't get glue everywhere. Okay. Okay, so which way did I put that in? Oh, not that it matters, but yeah, I put it with this side out. So let's fold that like so. That's one piece. Now, I don't have any tiny doilies, although I did just find my my die that makes little tiny doilies, so I'm going to get that out and play with it. I think I'm going to take all of my scraps that are over here in my bins and put them on the kitchen table, spread them out, and get out my die cuts and just go to town, so that I can have what I should show you one of these days how I store my dies. I use the well, I'll tell you really quickly. I use the vents. They're magnetic vents, and basically it's, oh gosh, I don't know, 12, 15 inches. I think it's 15. I'm not sure. By 6, and I cut them into 3 or 4 pieces. I think 3, and I put them in a small notebook. Let me just show you. Okay, so I have one of these small notebooks, which are really hard to find, by the way. It measures about 7 1/4 by 9 1/4, and this is how I keep my dies in here. This happens to be my Crafter's Companion dies, but this is the magnetic sheet that I cut. Yes, it's three of them. So I cut it to 5 by 8, so it measures 15 by 8 when you buy it. I buy it at Home Depot, not very expensive at all. Cuts with the scissors, or the I cut mine on my regular cutter because it's very thin magnet, and I guess it just sticks to your vent if you want to block a vent in your house. But I put the dies on the magnet side, and then any dies that I have cut, I put them on the other side so that I have them if I'm looking, and I just have pieces that are already in here, like so. So that's what I'll do. I'll probably go through, cut a bunch. I've got something coming up where I'm going to be using this die, and you know, I've got these flower dies, and I've got 3 of these notebooks full of dies. This one doesn't have very much in it because this is just my Crafter's Companion, but my big one, my dog chewed, which is sad because these notebooks are expensive. They cost more than regular notebooks, but this size is perfect for this storage method, and I like being able to see everything at one time. And like I said, as I go through, there's my Tim Holtz die. I was wondering where that went. I put that in the wrong book. You can see I haven't cut any of these here. Oh, I have that flower there. But then I just, those are just with cardstock. So anyway, show you that real quick. But anyway, so I found my small doily. It's not like it was lost. I just never got out of my chair to go get it. Okay, so anyway, I have a bunch of these and I want to use them up. So I thought, why not just fold it in half, fold it in half again, and put this in a signature, and it'll be free, but I can tuck stuff in here if I'd like, or not. So that's what's going to be with that. That was a long way to say that. Alright, so then this envelope, I'm going to go ahead and glue shut, because we will open, oops, this one's open on the top, so we'll put tags in there, and then when this one's folded, it'll be open on the side, so we'll put some little journal cards in there. And so I'm just, whoa, stuff's falling over here. We'll just glue this shut because we're not going to use this flap. Okay. However, I don't want to glue the pocket shut because I am going to use the pocket. I'm just going to use it on the sides. So we're going to fold this like so. And I'm just going to use my little scissors here. These got put away without the cap. Where's the cap? Oh, there it is. Okay. I try to keep the cap on them. I'm just going to cut a sliver off the end here. And the end here. So been a crazy couple of days here. My goodness. I had planned to have a shopping day with my daughter yesterday, and just about to come home, make a video, and then my sister called. She was stranded, her car broke down. So then I was supposed to have a small group, and I didn't make it back in time for that. So, didn't do any videos yesterday, but I had one already scheduled to go up, so it was okay. I've just got some three pieces of coffee dyed paper measured 5 by 7. So I'm going to fold those. Anyway, so then I thought, well, okay, that's okay. I had a video going up yesterday, so that's okay. I'll spend today making videos, because I really would like to just, you know, do them all and get this project finished and upload the videos for you, and not have to worry about what's going on. Well, my sister called, and my mom's dog needs to go to the vet, and my sister's car is in the shop. So she called me this morning. She goes, they said we could come in at 9 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm still in my jammies. I'm going to have to come in my jammies. Well, she lives about 20-25 minutes from me. Depends on the traffic. About 20 minutes. And then the vet is on the other side of town, so another 25-30 minutes. So I would have had to just run. So I'm like telling my husband, go move the car. I got to because he parks behind me in the driveway. And anyway, I've got 4 of these designer pages we talked about the other day that are printed 2 to a page, so I'm just going to fold those. Anyway, so he moves the car, but while I'm out there talking to him, she calls back and says the vet gave the appointment away to somebody else, and they were apologizing, so they'd take us at 2. So I am here, I think it's about 10 o'clock, trying to make my video now before I have to go. So it may or may not be uploaded before I leave. That's the goal, but we'll see. Now, I did print on the back of these. I don't know if I mentioned that before, with the background pages. This collection is the vintage Shabby Rose by Happiness in Crafting, and this is my design team project. And I printed one of the background pages on the backs of these. So, all right, so this one is going to be, let's see, that's the right side up. All right, we have that one. And one of these was the middle. Which one did I want? Okay, the ones that I used for covers, I decided to use for the middle of the opposite book. So this one should be folded this way. And if I weren't gabbing so much, I would have realized that. Okay, so we've got the middle, and then we've got, let's do this one, and then this one, and this one. All right, so we've got these 3, we've got coffee dyed, so this is going to be about 10 pages inside, and then we'll add some other writing papers and things. So I'm just going to spread these out, and then we're going to put them in order. So I've got the center, and then I've got our gardening book, and then a coffee dye, and then this one, and our doily, and a coffee dye, and this one, and this envelope, and a coffee dye, and we'll use this. This is the cover of that signature. Now, these do stick out just a tad, and I may trim them off. I'm not sure. Right now, it doesn't really seem to matter over here that those are larger. They don't, for some reason, they don't stick out as far on this one. So maybe that's just not in all the way. Yeah, they're sticking out way farther on this one, but that's okay. We'll see at the end if we don't like it sticking out, because like I said, this one's not sticking out as far, and it's fine because we have a lot of room on the edge here. I'm probably going to use eyelet, put an eyelet in the front and back, and use a ribbon closure for these. So anyway, so that's what we've got going on there. Now let's go ahead and start decorating. So let me see what I've done previously. All right, I did not decorate these pockets yet because I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, but I'm going to go ahead and do the tags for this. So I took, and if you'll remember, I printed out the kit full size so that I could do a flip through with you. And so I've taken 2 of the full size journal cards and I've cut them down to 2.5 by whatever the height of it was when it printed, 4.25. Okay, and I want to make those into tags. So I'm just going to clip the corners and get them lined up. They're not exactly the same height for some reason. I must have cut crooked. Yeah, so I'm just going to snap that off and then flip it over, line it up, and trim the other side. Okay, so now we've got tags from a journal card, and I'll be using that large set, you know, to add to what I've already cut out, because I do want some larger tags, and I printed everything out 2 to a page, so a lot of the tags that came with the collection are teeny tiny, so I'll probably use some of them from the larger kit to supplement. And especially since I'm making 2 books, but you could use, you know, copy dyed cardstock or, you know, anything that you have, leftover embellishments. You could stuff your pockets with anything you want. This is, when you have kits like this that are collaged and grungy, you know, you can add a lot of things to them and get away with it. Not everything has to be matchy-matchy. All right, so I'm going to punch a hole here. All right, and I've got a couple of ribbon. Now this ribbon is Hug Snug seam binding, not ribbon. It is rose beige, and I'm running low, but I haven't been able to find that color for a reasonable price. So I'm keeping my eye out, and I bought a lot of white, which I probably should just play with, and maybe I could come up with, between the vintage photo and some water, if I do it very pale, I might be able to come close to this color. All right. Don't pull too tight. Listen to my own words so I don't tear the paper. This is 110-pound cardstock, so it doesn't tear as easily, but it can still tear. So I'm just going to clip those. Whoops. Don't be in a hurry. There we go. Now let's do this other one. And I just like the way it looks when you put, now I guess it doesn't, it's the same thing because I fold the middle and stick that through the front. But I kind of like this side better. So I don't know. It depends on what you like. There's no right or wrong way. It's all subjective. All of handmade anything is subjective. That's the beauty of it. Uniqueness, preference. Do it the way you want it, the way you like it. If you want to just tie a bow, tie a bow. You want to tie a knot, tie a knot. Oops. I prefer when it doesn't go squirrely on me. Okay, so we've got the 2 tags, and those will go in this pocket. And I'm putting them both the same direction, view, you know, from the front. All right, so the next thing we have is that, I'm not going to worry about that doily for right now. Let's just do this envelope. And on this envelope, I used the smaller journal cards from the collection. So let me cut those out real quick. they didn't come this size. These are the ones I printed 2 to a page, and there were 4 of them. So I used 2 in one book. I'm using these other 2 in this book. I thought I already had them over here, but this is something I added last minute. Okay. And I just want to cut off this little white line. All right. And we'll ink those up really quickly. These will be for inside that side pocket, like so. They're going to stick out about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to see how things come out at the end. I may add a tab, like a pull tab or something to that. We'll see. All right. And then this one will go, I went in a little too far on that. This one will go here. Okay. All right, the reason I did that was so that it will stay stiff while I'm gluing these on. Now, I think I've already glued, oh no, I haven't inked these. I thought I did. Well, that'll only take a second. So they have grunge on 3 sides, but because I printed them out on borderless, you can see that one edge doesn't have the grunge. I don't need to ink the back side because these are going to be tuck spots. Not sure what I'm going to tuck in there yet, but we'll find something. Always nice to have an extra space for tuckage. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure they're right way around, and I want to glue on these 2 sides. Alright, leaving about a little less than 1/4 of an inch. And this is stuck to my arm over here. Alright, let's flip it around. And on this one I want to do the opposite side, right? I want glue on this side. Yeah. Okay. Got a little bit on my thumb. Let's open this up and we'll do the same thing in here. And I did go ahead and put this upside down a little bit. All of it. I put the envelope upside down. I don't know why. Just change it up. I think I do that because it's kind of evident if the closure's at the bottom. I'm looking to find the right way up. Ooh, this one's really tough. Yeah, I think the flowers go at the bottom. You know there's not going to be a pocket at the top if it's at the bottom, so kind of a heads up, if you will. Alright, there we go. Now I want to put a little bit of lace here. I've got this, that's for something else. Where's the other piece? Oh, here we go. Alright, so I'm just gonna put a little piece of that on the bottom. It'll poke out the bottom. I mean, it'll show at the bottom of the envelope. Okay. A little bit too much adhesive. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so let's put some bling got these little blings here, little blingy fake faux rhinestone pieces. So let me get the backing off of that with my little Cricut tool. How did I do that on the other one? Yeah, I did it at the top because the other page I did it at the bottom. All right, that's very sticky. Stick that one there. Get off of me. And yes, somebody was saying on a video that I watched the other day, I don't remember who it was, yes, I talk to inanimate objects. Yes, I do also. I talk to everything. It hasn't talked back yet, so I think I'm okay as far as that goes. Alright, now I'm going to flip this over and put some more bling on the other side. I've got this one over here that's sets of 3. So we'll do that. All right. Come back with my Cricut tool. What I do is I go where the threads are, and I kind of try, now I'm trying to show you it's not going to work, but I try to go between the backing there because the threads aren't necessarily adhered as well as the actual bling itself. So these I'm going to attach to the bottom like so. It doesn't take much, guys. This kit is gorgeous. If you like roses, or if you like grunge, or you like flowers in general, or whatever, this one fits a lot of categories. I really like it. We'll put that one there. Okay, clean up some of my mess, and we'll put this back together. All right, so I've got my center, that one, and then that goes here. All right. It's not going to show out of the bottom of the book because this book has a lot of room in the cover. See, we have the top and the bottom, about a 1/2 inch top, bottom, and on the right side. So, all right, so now I'm going to mark this as to where I want to punch the holes. And I'm only doing a 2-hole, I'm only sewing 2 holes. So I think this goes, I'm centering this, and where's my pencil go? I'm going to make a hole here at 2 on my ruler, my centering ruler, and here at 2, which just happens to be 1 inch from. Okay, just a few more minutes, camera. I've got to get a camera that lets me record longer than 29 minutes. That's kind of annoying. All right, so where were we? I've used my centering ruler, and I have marked a spot at 1 inch in here and 1 inch in here. I'm only doing 2 holes. Okay, and I'm going to do that on this center piece as well. On this, I'm going to do it right on the fold. I'm going to center this, which I believe will be 2.5 because it's 5 inches wide. And I'm going to mark a hole here at 2 because that's where I did on the other one, and here at 2. On this one, it happens to be a 1/2 inch inside. Now, got my extra Reader's Digest here, and I'm going to punch a hole. what I do generally is poke a little tiny hole this way, just barely into that book, so that I can see the holes on this side. And then I go in on this, this awl is not a big giant fat one. This came in a bookbinding kit. It was like $10, $12 on Amazon. If you're interested in that, I can leave that below. But this awl, it tapers slowly, so the further that you push it in, it goes up to about 1/8 of an inch hole. But I go in about an inch from the tip, which is just a little over 1/16 of an inch. So but I want to do it from the outside so that the paper pooches in to the inside. Does that make sense? Pooch is the technical term. Okay, but you can see how it's going to be flat on this side, but that paper is going to be, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's raised on this side. Okay, so that's why I'm going from the outside in. You don't have to do that if you don't feel so led, but that's the way I like to do it. Now, if you're going to cover up your spine with lace or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I've punched the cover. Now, I want to gather this. I've already got my marks on there. I want to gather this, and I'm going to line up my envelopes at the bottom and my doily at the bottom. Everything's going to go at the bottom because I have usually have a lot of things hanging over the top, and my bottom area there can use the extra. Okay, so you can see how it's kind of staggered in here. I want to fix that. So I'm going to use my ruler. Make sure everything's lined up this way. This way. And I'm going to clip it. Now see, that one kind of still moved. I've got my fingernails in that area of the crease. And okay, do the same thing on this side, and then I want to check it, make sure it's still where I want it, and if it moves like this one did, it kind of slid that way, I'm going to move it back, and I'm going to adjust those clips a little bit, just by basically just releasing them. Okay, I'll do the same thing on this side, making sure everything's where I want it. It's not exactly where I want it, so I'm just going to loosen that a little bit. There we go. All right, now I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to poke my holes. So 1, 2. And on this one, I'm not really concerned which way it goes, but I'm going to do it this way. That'll be between about the same amount. I want to be able to see through that hole. So about 1 inch. I think it was easier last time because I didn't have the tags in there, so that might be the difference why it's moving. So if you want to do it without the tags in there, that might be easier. Make sure that your book is the front and your signature is the front. And I've used about 3 times the length of the book, and I'm just going in. You can do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch here if you want. I don't feel the need for it when the book is this small. Go back through here. Back through here. Uh-oh. There we go. And I went too far that way, so I'm going to pull some of this back. You want to be able to, oops, tie a bow. Alright. I am using waxed linen thread, And the reason I like the wax linen is because it sticks to itself, so it helps you hold it. So I'm gonna, I'll leave that on there. Okay, so it might be a little loose this way. I'm gonna pull this way, all right? And that will straighten that out, tighten it up, but not tear, okay? And then I'm gonna come this way and tie a half knot. And when I get it as tight as I like it, I'm gonna push down because it will stick to itself and not slide away. And I've got about a 6-inch piece of that lace. Stick it in the center and pull that down, tie a bow. Actually, I think I'll tie another half knot on top of that. So 3 half knots just to make sure nothing's coming out. And there we go. And then I will trim this, and that one's short enough already. Okay, now we unclip, put our toys away, and I think we are caught up. So we've got our pages in. I'm probably going to go ahead and ink around these because that doesn't, it looks kind of pale. We've got, oh, you guys, you know what I did? I forgot to take these tags out. That one's sewn in. Okay, let's see if this one's, okay, this one's free. This one is, oh, no, it's not sewn in. Oh, phew. Oh, scared me. It was just in there a little snug. Okay. Whew. That would have been embarrassing. So it does, oh yeah, it does, it sticks out more than 1/4 of an inch. Okay. Oh, you know why? All right, I remember why. I trimmed these down by a 1/2 inch. Let me put my needle away so I don't lose it. And this is the needle pack, best needles that came with the bookbinding kit. Yeah, I trimmed these down a 1/2 inch on the other book so they wouldn't stick out so far. So let's do that. I'll trim off the letter side because I like the butterfly. So we've got that one, and we'll trim off of this side. There we go. That will be better. All right. Fix that ink. Both sides. There we go. Okay, now that'll make more sense. There, yeah. There we go. Now it sticks. I thought it did about 1/4 of an inch, and then, okay. So then we have this one also. Okay, so now we're all caught up. Both of them are at the same point. So next time, I'm not sure. I think we'll save the cover for last. I like to do the cover last. And I think we will just start working our way through with pockets and belly bands and such, and we'll kind of ink along the way. I am using the Gathered Twigs ink for this one. So anyway, I hope you guys are liking this. This is fun and fast. You saw how long it took. You could probably do both of these, you know, in a Saturday, depending on how much time you want to invest. But I think we'll probably are going to put pockets on the inside and back side, the inside cover and back cover inside, and then we'll run maybe some lace along here, barely peeking out. We don't need a lot of extra room, but then again, maybe I'll put the lace on the pages. I don't know. I'm going to play with it and see. But these are a lot of fun, and like I said, they're the perfect size to tuck in your bag. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye now. Thanks for watching.